Good evening. This is Cub reporter Ken Cordero coming to you live out of Middletown, Rhode Island, in the former United States of America. The date today is the 1st of January 2013 AD, which for all you people that don't quite understand that because you went to all-day kindergarten is in the year of our Lord. Now, my email is kencordero@americanonline.com. And I'm happy to be sponsored tonight by my good friend Christina Curtin out of Mystic, Connecticut. She makes her own fine jewelry, and her number is 1-860-463-4631. A fine American company, which hasn't quite been driven offshore yet by our morons. I'm going to start today from this little article that I read in the New York Post last week. From AAA. We should all love to hear about this. 2012, a year of gas pain. Now, remember, when Obama took office 4 years ago, gas was at half the price it is now. And here these people said, as U.S. motorists paid record high prices for gasoline last year as weather and political tensions drove up the cost. The nation's average price for gasoline in 2012 was $3.60 per gallon, 9 cents more than the previous annual record, said the AAA's branch in Heathrow, Florida. Factors as volatile as major hurricanes, refinery outages, and tensions in the Middle East result in significant frustration for people, said AAA spokesman Avery Ash. How about the weak dollar, Mr. Ash? Mr. AAA? Do you think that had anything to do with the price of gas going up, the weak dollar? Which they just keep printing and printing and printing. Funny, they didn't mention that. That could, because when the dollar is weak and gas goes up, that drives up the price of everything else. Because our economy, whether these liberal people, progressives, or whatever you want to call them, don't quite understand, our economy runs on gasoline. The weak dollar forced up the price of gasoline, which has driven up the price of everything else. Obama wants gas at $10 a gallon. This guy is... he's un-American. Now, the other thing I wanted to look at, as Obama tries to play dictator, and the Republicans in Congress who are supposed to look after us and cut taxes, here's their great deal. Boehner, Mitch McConnell from Kentucky. This guy, where's Jed Clampett when you need him? I mean, what this agreement could mean. Prez GOP agree in 11th hour talks. Vote could end the fiscal crisis today. The only fiscal crisis is Obama. A top tax rate from 35% to 39.6% on incomes over $400,000 for individuals and $450,000 for families. A raise in tax rates on capital gains and dividends for those same wealthy households, going from 15 to 23.8%. A limit on personal exemptions and itemized deductions for individuals making more than $250,000 and couples topping $300,000. A hike in the inheritance tax. Why should there even be an inheritance tax? Everybody dies. Can't you just die and have your money? Why give it to the government? A hike in the inheritance tax from 35% to 40% on estates worth more than $5 million. I don't want them to be taxing these people more because they have money. Maybe they worked for it. Preservation for 5 years of the earned income tax credit, child tax credit, and breaks for college tuition and green energy. Of course, you got to throw green energy in there. An extension of unemployment benefits to 2013. Hey, tell these lazy fucks to go get a job. Please excuse my English. You're a disgrace to Americans, actual Americans who work. $600 billion in revenues generated by the tax increases over 10 years. cancellation of scheduled cuts in Medicare payments to doctors. I could get retards, and they do a better job dealing than these morons. You cannot deal with Obama. This guy wants to be a dictator. They have ruined the dollar. You know, our economy is so bad, you people don't even realize it. Here's another story out of here. And this guy, he makes some. He's got a little bit of money. Okay, I can't find it right now. Oh, here it is. It's right here on the bottom. This guy's just realizing what I've been doing. I'm not putting any money into this economy. I've been working since I was 12 years old. I've had at least two jobs. In these past 4 years, I've been getting by on my one job. I'm still saving money. I'm not going to put any money into this economy. To Obama's socialist dictatorship America. Obama should be in prison. I'm not going to give him. I don't even eat lunch at work because I don't want to give the state 30 cents a day, an extra 30 cents a day. Now let's listen to what this guy says. He's from Long Island. Long Island entrepreneur Butch Yemiel is part of the 2% who may shoulder the burden of tax hikes in the proposed fiscal cliff compromise, and he's not happy about it. My income's going to be taken away. Why would I work harder? Exactly. Why would you work harder? This guy's already got. He owns a catering hall, 2 restaurants, a fleet of ice trucks, and a vending machine business. This guy's working. I don't want to take any more of his money. How about cutting the government? I didn't read about any cuts from the president, huh? How about we cut out welfare? How about we cut out food stamps? How about we cut out giving all these other countries money, like Mexico, like Egypt? How about if we kick the UN out of the country, so we don't have to deal with that? Let's get out of the UN. Why do we need a UN? This guy doesn't want to work anymore because have people. He said his income over $450,000 would be taxed at 39.6%. Why should he be giving the government 40% of his income? Hey, Mr. Obama, how about cutting back? How about cutting back on your vacations, you and your wife? How would that be? How about if you tell Hillary to stay home? Hillary, she's another one. Poor Hillary's sick. I don't feel bad for Hillary, nor her lying husband, because you know what? She's got Obamacare, and before Obamacare, it was Hillary Care. So poor Hillary, have a nice time at the hospital. I don't feel sorry for you at all. You know, everybody gets sick. You got your family there. Big deal. You got Obamacare. See how that helps you. Maybe it'll keep you out of government, which is someplace you don't belong at all, after the debacle in Benghazi. Why were you not fired immediately? Why didn't you at least resign immediately? God. Okay, here's another thing. I got a letter from Mr. Bob Barr, founder and chairman of Liberty Guard. I sent these guys, like, I don't have any money. I sent them $15 a month ago. They want another $15. Here's what Liberty Guard says. Your continued membership with Liberty Guard is critical as we intensify our historic pro-taxpayer battle for a no-nonsense federal flat-rate tax system that would make your taxes lower, simpler, and fairer, and would eliminate the tax hold's special exemptions and privileges that are at the root of political corruption in Washington. You know, the government takes in like $1 trillion a year. It takes in. How about running the budget on $1 trillion? Here's some ideas. First of all, Mr. Dictator Barack Hussein Obama, you moron Muslim. How about quit printing money? You know, the Democrats, they're great at spending money as long as it's not theirs. These people are putting your children in debt. And all you kids in high school and in college, who do you think he wants to pay for all this? You. So they're just going to raise your taxes. They want to tax you on everything. How about if the government works up something like this? We're going to get out of giving health care benefits. So we're not going to provide you health care anymore. How would that be? And you know, you could throw your money into a savings plan because we're not going to tax it. There's going to be no more estate tax. How would that be? People could actually keep their money that they work for. So I've got this in here. You know, I'm the working poor. I have to go to work every day of my life. I have to get up and go to work. You know, how about giving me a break, Mr. Obama, and stop spending my money that I haven't made yet? And all the kids in high school, money they haven't made yet, and you're just spending it. You know, how about cutting out the EPA? How about the Department of the Interior? How about the Fish and Wildlife Service? You know, why can't they all be combined into, say, a smaller agency? How about if everybody in the government, in the federal government, worked for what they were actually worth, which is about $6.50 an hour? How would that be, Mr. President? How about if you have your wife stay home and clean the White House? That way you can, you know, get rid of the maids. You know, maybe she can show poor people that actually the joys of labor and the dignity of work. I mean, here's something from my last Judicial Watch, December's Judicial Watch. Dun-dun-dun. Obama campaign suspected of pocketing illegal foreign donations. Of course. Obama's such a liar. Judicial Watch investigates Obama's botched handling of terrorist attacks in Benghazi. Oh yeah, Mr. President, how about that Fort Hood shooter? Why isn't he dead and buried and in the ground yet? Why don't you let our soldiers, our all-volunteer force, Mr. Obama, why don't you let them put some bullets in their guns? Oh, but that's right. You want to ban guns, don't you? Mr. Obama, how about being an actual leader instead of a community organizer? How about giving a speech like this? Though the shootings in Connecticut were tragic, the simple fact is we have something called the Second Amendment, which says a militia necessary to the security of a free state. The rights of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed. How about that, Mr. Obama? How about stating what our rights are? Because our rights as a people are restrictions on your government. And you took an oath to uphold the Constitution, Mr. Obama. How about sticking to it? You should, Mr. Obama, let me tell you right now, you belong in prison. Your AD Holder, Eric Holder. How about Bernanke? That guy's such an idiot. Him and Geithner, they should all be in jail too. Well, Geithner's just your typical tax cheat, right? I mean, I don't know. Okay, I'm just too depressed to go on anymore. I'm sorry. But tomorrow's Sunday. Go to church, because that can help you in all things. And here's one more bright spot in Middletown, in our police state of Middletown, Rhode Island, that we now live in. At least the boys basketball team is doing well. They won their game the other night, and they remain undefeated. They're 10-0, I believe, so congratulations to them. So it's the bright spot in Middletown. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. This has been the 49th edition of Cub Reporter Ken Cordero. Thank you. Good night.